Hello everyone, Team N978. Right now I'm reviewing the Walmart exclusive 35th anniversary Transformers Siege Soundblaster. He is War for Cybertron Trilogy number 63. Number 63 in the Siege portion anyway. See, here are the numbers right there, if you never noticed that. It's WFC, which means War for Cybertron, and then S, Siege 63. Pay attention. What I wanted y'all to see is this nice light piping over his eyes. When I turn this off, you won't be able to see that no more. But yeah, here's the packaging. This is perforated right there. You can feel it. There's this stuff right here. Yay. Yay. There you go. Let's get this out of the way. Soundblaster has a bigger chest. He has a bigger chest for a reason. Soundwave has a smaller chest because that was more normal back then. Soundwave, besides the other color variations that are different, he has a yellow visor. If you're someone thinking about, hey, I'll take the red visor out of him and put it into him, let me show you this. There is no screw back there, unfortunately. So they must have put that visor in there and then glued these two parts together around the ball joint. So yeah, I guess you're gonna have to do a lot of heating to get that glue separated and then split that apart. But yeah, that's too much work for me. So Soundblaster is going to have the red visor from now on. But yeah, all the paintwork is pretty much in a similar place on this figure. It still has the dirty marks right there on the forearms, all the scuffing and scrape paint right there on the side of the legs and whatnot. Just the main things different about this figure is the black plastic and the bigger breastplate right there. And he has that bigger plate for a reason. Yeah, things are even pretty much the same when we get the vehicle mode, but we'll see that. And yes, I am skipping the transformation. If you need to see the transformation, which is horribly easy, I'm going to have a link to my Soundwave review. It's the exact same steps. Things work the same. And pretty much everything is pretty much the same. Like, this is staying in there right now, but depending on how you mess with it, it can still be loose. Let me push it all the way in there. Yeah, it seems to be staying, so I'm not going to complain about that too much. He has ports all over. The refresher memory on the articulation ball joint. Arms go out to there. Swivel this way. Swivel that way. Double jointed elbows. Wrists don't have any swivel. You can fake an ab crunch right there. Swivel right there. Kick out to there. Kick back to there. Kick forward. Bend. Swivel at the thigh and ankle pivot. Pretty much the only reason to get this figure, if you already have the Soundwave, is because he has a bigger chest that holds 2 cassette bots and the color scheme. I love this color scheme. Once I saw this in person, I wanted it. I was thinking to myself, I do not want to get basically the same guy. Soundblaster is Soundwave rebuilt. He and Blaster on the Japanese cartoon killed each other. And the dumbest looking fight ever. You could search it on YouTube. For now, you can. But yeah, they punched each other in the chest and then they exploded. And their cassette bots put them together, and he became Soundblaster, which is really odd considering the other character's name is Blaster, and Blaster became twin cast. But I think his name was Broadcast in Japan anyway. So yeah, it's still weird because I'm pretty sure they knew about Blaster's name in the US. And this arm, when I took him out of packaging, he was in there really tight, so the arm got grabbed by the plastic, and apparently I didn't push it forward enough. But you have to put a lot of force in there to get that off, so don't worry about that. I was going to make y'all wait to the end to see this, but I'll just show you. Click the button and Laserbeak shoots out. Yay. The reason why that happened is because I don't have his back all the way down and in the correct orientation, because I wanted to have an ab crunch. But basically, if you don't want them to get stuck in the chest, put Ravage in first and put Laserbeak in this orientation, so there'll be a slope right there. If you put Laserbeak in first and then put Ravage, it gets stuck every time. But you're not out of the woods just yet, because this is a snug, tight fit right there. And you're gonna have to get at this little peg on him to slightly pull him out right there. So yeah, that's what you're working with. Of course, they can still fit on his body and do whatever your mind can come up with. I'm gonna say when you attach it right there, it gives Soundwave or Soundblaster some type of stealth capabilities, so he can't be seen in the dark. And if I turn my light settings down, that could possibly be true. And here's a comparison with these little guys with him. And no, these feet don't stay on his arm any better. Same thing as Soundwave. Okay, alternate mode. It's still a thingamabob. And when you push this button, this door comes all the way open. So if you have two in there, one's gonna go flying again. But yeah, it still has that same thing where this is asymmetrical to that one. Now, while messing with it, let me see if I can zoom in. See this little nub right there? When you do this, it there's a little stopping point. I noticed on this side that is raised, so it's not gonna come to the same stopping point as this one. But when I looked at this guy, it's not raised, but it's still, these things right here are asymmetrical, and I can't get them to these are looser on this one. I can't get them to stay at that angle, which is frustrating. So I wound up doing this, but that's not what it looks like or what it's supposed to look like. So that is frustrating. But this thing is just a thing anyway. And yeah, both of these guns are pretty much 100% identical, so I don't even know which one I took off of which. I think this is the Soundblaster gun, which just attaches like this on the side, and you see his other two guns stored right there. And yes, it still has its secret lamppost / defense sentry mode, where basically you just stand him up, rotate his legs around, and put his arms on his back, and put his backpack on the head. And yeah, and you do not really have access to that button to eject people, but yeah. Anywho, like I already said at the beginning of this video, only real reason to get this guy is if you like the color scheme. I'm not sure, because I didn't watch the Japanese series. I'm not sure if his personality actually changed when he became Soundblaster, but as far as the toy goes, if you like this color scheme and you like the fact that he can hold 2 cassettes, that's really the only reason to get this if you already have Soundwave. Or you are a completionist and you're going to get it anyway, and nothing I'm saying even matters. Anyway, thank y'all for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.